Hello my dear viewers. In this video, we are discussing about the fifth stotra of Sukta number 1 from Rigveda Mandala 1. Let us start. Introduction. This is fifth stotra of the Sukta number 1, which is dedicated to Agni Deva, Vedic fire god. Agni is praised here not just as a divine principle but as a hotra, a priestly figure central to the sacrificial ritual. Each epithet in Stotra emphasizes a different aspect of Agni's sacred role, his wisdom and truthfulness, fame, and the capacity to serve as a link between gods and humans. This stotra is rich in meaning and layered in its symbolic and ritualistic significance. It portrays Agni as a ideal priest, which means Hotra, one who is intellect, which means Kavikratu, is both poetic and insightful, whose truth, which means Satya, is unwavering, and whose glory or Chitra Sravas surpasses others. The call for Agni to come with the gods, which means Devo Devebir Agamat, illustrates his functions as a mediator who brings the gods to the ritual and carries the offerings to them. The words are not meant to bring forth the deity invoked. Therefore, this stotra is not just a description, active summons for Agni to manifest and fulfill his sacred role. Details. Maharshi Madhuschanda Vishwamitra, Devata Agni, Chandas or meter is Gayatri, Swara or tone is Swara. Stotra is as follow. Agnir Hota Kavikratu Satyash Chitrashravastamaha Devo Devebhir Agamat. Meaning of the words. First one, Agni, which means Agni or fire deity. Second one is Hota, which means the priest who offers oblations, particularly the invoking priest. Third one is Kavikratu, which means one whose intelligence is like that a sage or a seer or a poet, that is possessing the insight or wisdom of poet or seer or a supreme god also. Fourth word is Satya, which means true, truthful and reliable. Fifth word is Chitra Sravas Tamaha. This is the compound word of most glorious fame, of excellent renown. It is the combinations of three words, Chitra, Shravas and Tamaha. Chitra means bright, splendid and remarkable. Shravas means fame, glory and renown. Tamaha means superlative suffix meaning most. So, Chitra Shravas Tamaha means the most glorious, renowned, most splendid fame. The sixth word is Deva, which means the god or deities. And the seventh word is Devebe, which means with the gods or with the deities. And the eighth term is Agamat, which means may he come or a benedictive. Translation. When we offer Havirbag in the yajna, it is directly received by the Agni Deva. For this reason, he is only eligible for bring all the deities to the places of yajna for receiving their part of Havirbag. The Agni Deva is highly knowledgeful as a Maharshis or poets, which indicated by the term Kavikratu. The Agni Deva is not only just knowledgeful, but he has all the insights about the process of yajna. The Agni Deva is direct follower of the truth, wisdom and the divine. He must bring the consequences of yajna to the owner of the yajna. So, through this stotra, we pray for Agni Deva to bring all the other deities to the places of yajna to get their part of Havirbag and to give the consequences of yajna to the owner of the yajna. Here, one more point about the term Kavikratu, which means Maharshi, poet, and with all this, there is one more meaning. Here, Agni Deva is also acts as a Param Akshar Purusha or Supreme God. Because of his high knowledge of Tattvajnana and the knowledge of everything about yajna, so Agnideva considers as Supreme God. Sayanacharya commentary. Sayanacharya in his Bhashya on this mantra offers an exposition that blends linguistic parsing, ritual applications, and metaphysical significance. First word is Agni Hota. Sayana explains Agni as a Devata Visheshanaha, specifically the deity being praised. Hota is interpreted not just in the generic sense of a priest, but as the technical Vedic functionary. He is the Ritvija, the priest who recites and offers oblations. In the Agni Chayana or any Srauta rituals, Agni acts as both type of Hotra as follows. First one is Prakrita Hotra, which means the physical sacrificial fire maintained by the priest. And the second one is Adi Daivata Hotra, which means the divine functionary who carries offerings to the gods. Sayana emphasizes this dual aspect through the performance of ritual, which means karma. Agni becomes the bridge, which means yajna bandhu, between the humans and the divine. He glosses as follows: Yajna paripalana samarthaha hota agnihi, which means Agni is the one of the competent in preserving and conducting the sacrifice. It shows the importance of Agni in a yajna. Second word is Kavikratuha. Here, Sayana carefully unpacks the compound and it is composed of two words, Kavi and Kratu. First one, Kavi, which means one who sees the past, present, and the future, not just a poet, but a seer of the cosmic truth. Second word is Kratu, which means intelligence, will, or power of mental resolutions. Sayana explains that Agni's Kratu is endowed with the Kavitva, the seers-like insight. Thus, Agni is not an inert fire, but sentient divine force who comprehend the mantra's intent and can act accordingly. Sayana writes, as given below, Kavi Sarvajnaha Kratu Buddhiha Yashya Saha Kavi Kratu, which means Agni is Kavi Kratu because he has the intellect and omniscience to understand and fulfill the desires of the sacrificer. The implications is that Agni understands the spirit behind the ritual, not merely the form. He knows the sacrificer's heart. Third word is Satyaha. Sayana takes Satyaha in three possible sense. First one is speech, which means Agni speaks truth. Thus, his stotras are effectual. Second one is deed. He fulfills the offerings faithfully. Third one is nature. His very being is truth aligned or Rita Swarupa. The Sayanacharya elaborates this as below. Yatokta yajna kriyam niyamena kurvena satyaha, which means he who performs the prescribed sacrificial act with fidelity is satyaha. This aligns Agni with the Rita, the cosmic order, reinforcing his legitimacy as the central ethnic deity. Fourth word is Chitrasravas Tamaha. Chitrasravas means one of glorious and splendid fame, and Tamaha means most renowned. Sayana interpret this as below. Chitram Vismayakari Shrava Kirtiha Yashassaha Chitrasravaha Tamaha iti Uttamaha, which means Agni, whose fame is wondrous and unparalleled. Agni's fame arises from his presence in every yajna and his capacity to grant all desired fruits, which means Kamadenu Swarupaha. His greatness is such that even the gods revere him. In some manuscripts, Sayana also references Puranic literatures. Example, how Agni consumed Hiranyakashipu's yajna. or carried the oblations to Indra, emphasizing his supremacy and service. Fifth word is Devo Devebir Agamat. This praise serves as a invocatory prayer. Sayana interprets this as below: Agni Devaha Anyaiha Devebih Saha Agachatva iti Sheshaha, which means, may Agni, the god, come along with the other gods. The ritual significance here is immense. First one, the sacrificers, by chanting this stotra, invites Agni to bring the entire pantheon. Second one, the Agni functions as a yajna purusha, the divine doorkeepers, without whose presence the other gods do not arrive. Sayana explains that this line serves as a sankalpa arthaka function. It conveys the intent of the sacrificers to access the divine assembly through the Agni's agency. Sayana's hermeneutical method. Sayana uses tripartite exegetical strategy. First one, grammar, dissects the compound and syntax with the precision. Second one, nirukta, or etymology, invokes Yaska's method when interpreting terms like kavi, kratu and sravas. Third one is yajna vidhi, or ritual applications, connects stotra with the shrauta procedures. He emphasizes ritual contextualization. Every adjective describing Agni is meant to justify his fitness as a recipient of offerings and as the vehicle for divine access. Moreover, Sayana embeds bhakti elements, suggest that reciting such stotras with a devotion ensures both material prosperity, which means rai, and spiritual upliftment. Philosophical and theological implications. Sayanacharya reading of this stotra reveals central theology of Vedic ritualism. The first point is the divine is not passively accessed but actively invited. Second point is Agni becomes the living thread between human will and the cosmic response. And the third point is the epithet Kavikratu signals the unity of insight and action, a concept later mirrored in Vedantic Karma Yoga. Fourth one is Satya become access, truthful action, truthful prayer, and truthful fulfillments. Sayana thus elevates this mantra beyond ritual procedure into the vision of yajna as a cosmic performance, a divine drama enacted in fire and faith. Finally, conclusion. This stotra encapsulates the multifaceted nature of Agni as a both the cosmic principle of divine intelligence and the ritual mediator between gods and humans, and also like Hotra, seer, truth bearer, and divine messenger. As Hotra, the priestly invoker, Agni embodies Kavikratu, the seer's wisdom inspired will, aligning the cosmic order Rita with the human endeavor. The epithet Satya, which means true, and the Chitrasravas Tamaha, which means the most resplendent fame, emphasize Agni's unerring reliability and the celebrated presence across the realms. The concluding petition, Devo Devebir Agamat, is an invocation for Agni to arrive in a company of the gods, thus fulfilling the central Vedic aspiration and unification of terrestrial rituals with the celestial harmony. It is a verbal temple where Agni is the presiding priest, philosopher, and the conveyor of the divine blessings. This stotra not only preserves the sacredness of the stotra but also makes it ritually potent and spiritually elevating for his readers and the practitioners alike. Thank you.